Wednesday, second grade, and the start of our lovely reading lesson with our flashcards that are waiting for us. So let's take our nice position sitting up straight and let's get started. Here we go. O, ah, were, all together, were. Ed, d, t. A, R, and I, aw, U, oo, y, I, e, oo, v, aw, or, and finally, way to keep it up. Let's keep it going. Hello, second grade, and happy Wednesday. Welcome to another awesome reading lesson of the halfway point of our week. So in reading today, we are going to keep it going, learning more about our O teams. But first, we got to warm up that brain with our A team words. So as our words pop up, you are going to look for all the A teams and the sounds you know to accurately read the words. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Awesome. What do you see? Can you decode the word on your own? Call. Call. Good job. Because AL makes that aw sound. Awesome. Next one. Okay, this one's a little bit bigger, so we can break it up. So first part of the word, can you decode that? Dis and play. So all together. Display. If you display something, you put it out for everyone to see. Display. Good job. Ooh, here's another big word. Let's break it up. Okay, first part is flaw, flaw, and then less. So all together. Flawless. Flawless. Something's flawless, it's perfect. Okay, last one. You know all the 3 sounds in this word. Author. This OR is making the sound because it's at the end. Author. Good job, Super Scholars, warming up that decoding brain with our A teams. So now, let's check out our O team learning target. It says, I can spell words with OI and OY by listening to where the sound is in the word. So yesterday when we learned about our 2 new O teams, OI and OY, we were really practicing decoding and looking for those clues. Today, we're going to practice the flip side. We're going to practice spelling. And all of that depends on where the sound is in the word for O-I and O-Y. And that changes how we spell the sound. We got introduced to that a little bit yesterday, but we're going to really practice that today. But first up, let's remind ourselves, what sound does O-I and O-Y make? Remember, they make the same sound. And it's like if someone jumps out in front of you and you get scared, you go, what's the sound? It is oi. Can you all say that with me? Oi. So if someone surprises you, you jump back and go, oi. One more time, oi. So both of these O teams, when we see O and I and O and Y together, they make the oi sound. So before we get spelling, we need to keep practicing decoding and reading. So we're going to have two words pop up. Once we decode these words, we're going to use them in context and read them within a sentence. So remember, where we see O-I and O-Y, you're going to read the oi sound. Okay, let's see. Can you read these two words? We've got boy and this C is going to make a soft S sound because of the E. So, choice. Choice. Good job. Let's read these two words again. Boy, choice. Awesome job. Okay, now we're going to put them within a sentence. We've read our words accurately. Now, let's read this sentence fluently. So go ahead, take the time to read it. If you need to pause me, do it now. But if not, let's read this sentence all together. Here we go. Give the boy a choice. Good job. One more time, more fluent. Give the boy a choice. Good job. We eventually want to read just like it sounds like when we speak. Okay, one more. We've got these two more words. Can you decode them on your own? This first one. Coin, like parts of money. Coin, and then toy, toy, our awesome toys. Good job. One more time. Coin, toy. There we go. We want to make sure we can automatically read the words. Now, let's look at a sentence. Make sure you're accurate and fluent. Can you read the sentence? Pause me if you need to, right now. But let's see. Da-da-da. Can we read it together? I need a coin for a toy. Awesome. One more time. More fluent. Here we go. I need a coin for a toy. Good job, Super Scholars. We did a great job decoding with our lovely detective brains. But now we're going to start encoding. We're going to start encoding. So if we just practice decoding and we're practicing reading, what are we going to do now when we start encoding? Decoding's reading, so encoding is spelling, a skill we use when we write, it's spelling. So encoding is when we take our phonics skills and we write them down on paper when we spell. And so, just like we mentioned in our learning target, to spell that oi sound, it depends on where the sound is in the word. That's what we're going to have to pay close attention to. So, first up, if we hear the oi sound in the middle of a word, so a middle sound, then oi will be spelled with O go to spell that word, it will be O-I. So that's like in the word boil. Can you say that word to yourself? Boil. B-oil. The oi sound is in the middle of the word, so it's spelled with O-I. Or like the word point. Can you say that to yourself? Oint. Oint. We hear oi in the middle of a word, so it's spelled with O-I. Oint. O-I in the middle of a word. Okay, since this is pretty new, we are going to put it in our bodies with mirror words. So I want you to say it nice and loud with me. Are you ready? And mirror words. When I hear oi in the middle of a word, I spell with O-I. When I hear oi in the middle of a word, I spell with O-I. Mirrors down. Good job. So when we hear oi, but it's in the middle, we've got O-I in our knowledge to use. Okay, but what about if oi is at the end of a word? So we're no longer in the middle. We hear oi all the way at the end. It's the final sound we hear. When oi is the last sound, we spell it O-Y. O-Y. So before, in the middle of a word, when we hear oi, it's O-I. But at the end of a word, we spell oi with O-Y. So they're pretty close, but we use them in totally different parts of the words. So for example, if we were trying to spell the word enjoy, you see that? Enjoy. Oi. We hear the oi sound at the end of the word, so we spell it with O-Y. Or like the word ploy. Can you say that? Ploy. Ploy. Oi. We hear the oi sound at the end of the word, so it's spelled with O-Y. If you don't know what a ploy is, it's a move someone makes or a part of a plan they have. A ploy. Okay, Super Scholars, great job learning our second rule with some of our O teams. So we put O-I in our bodies. Now let's put O-Y in our bodies to make sure we know when to use it. So, can we do mirror words again? Okay, here we go. Mirror words. When I hear oi at the end of a word, I spell with O-Y. When I hear oi at the end of a word, I spell with O-Y. Mirrors down. There we go. Okay, good job reviewing these super important encoding skills. So we are going to use them right now in our workbook, but we can't get there until we do this or that. You know it was coming, so stand up with me so I can ask you a very classic this or that question. Are you ready on your feet? So second grade, what do you prefer? Where would you rather go? To see the doctor? If so, you're going to do side twists. Or do you prefer the dentist? If so, you're going to do side bends. So you got a choice. People tend to have strong opinions. The doctor or the dentist? What do you think? I definitely prefer the dentist, so I'm going to do side bends. Make your choice. Are you ready? Here we go. 5 seconds. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. A nice little body stretch. So come on, sit right back down as you get out your Super Kids workbook and you find page 71. Page 71. So we've got a bunch of sentences with some blanks again. Okay, you on 71? So on page 71, we are missing some keywords. All of these words are going to have the oi sound in them. That is the part that's missing. But it's up to us to spell these words correctly, which all depends if where the oi sound is in the word. In the middle, we're going to use O, I. At the end, we're going to spell with O, Y. So it's up to us to figure it out. So let's get a nice pencil out so you can write beautifully. And let's look at number 1. So in our blank word, we only have a T. T. And there's a blank space where they left out the spelling for the sound oi. So this blank represents the sound oi. But where is this missing? Is this sound at the end of the word or the middle of the word? What do you see? We have a sound at the end of the word. The oi sound is going to go at the end. So if we hear oi at the end of a word, how are we going to spell it? With O-Y. With O-Y goes at the end of words. Good job. Can you read this word we spelled? It says toy. Toy. Good job. Okay, let's move on to number 2. Let's see, what do we have so far? We've got a C and an N. But we're missing a sound in the middle of the word. If we need to write the sound oi in the middle of the word, how are we going to spell it? Oi, in the middle of a word. With O-I, exactly. O-I in the middle of a word. So as you write that in, can we decode the word? Coin. Coin. Good job. Like a penny is a coin. Awesome. Okay, down for number 3. See number 3? All we've got so far is a B. B, B. And we're missing our oi sound. And look, the oi sound is at the end of the word. If we need our oi sound at the end, how are we going to spell it? At the end, we're going to use O-Y. Our O-Y team goes at the end of words. Good job. So, we just spelled boy, boy. Awesome job. Okay, last one all together. We're on 4, and our missing words all the way at the end. What do we have so far? We've got a S and an L. but we're missing a sound in where? The middle of the word. So if we're trying to write oi in the middle of the word, how are we going to spell it? In the middle, we're going to use O-I. We're going to spell it with O-I in the middle of the word. So what word did we just spell? Can we read it? It's soil. Soil. That's the ground. It's soil. Good job, second grade, looking for where the oi sound is in the word to determine if we're going to spell it with O-I or O-Y. So now, of course, it's going to be your turn to finish practicing on your own. So just like we've been working on this week, we've got two similar star levels. So, star number 1, you're going to read the O-I/O-Y words. So those are only the words that we filled in, the words that we created with O-I or O-Y. So for 1 star, you're really going to focus on all those words that you've written in and practicing decoding your oi sound. So 1 star, only focus on those written oi words. 2 stars, you of course are going to finish page 71, finish the entire page, and then practice reading the sentences. In your video that I'm going to see on Dojo, you're going to read just sentences 4 through 7. So you don't need to read the whole thing, just sentences 4 through 7 so I can listen to your fluency and your accuracy with oi words. So 2 stars, finish the page, and read 4 through 7. So those are your 2 options. I want you to choose the level where you can truly do your best. Okay, Super Scholars, thanks for joining me for another fun lesson with our oi teams. So, let's get started on our Wednesday.